market outlook, we are about to check the charts and see what the market is offering us today. To start off, let's talk about gold. So on XAU USD, what we can see price doing after starving out this low and respecting this zone to the left, we can see that it's heading to the highs. I believe that price is going to buy from here all the way to the highs. But talking but for today's price action, I think we have a possible short move to these lows at this point, and as we can see, we've seen price have this breakout structure where it took out some sellers to the left, mitigated the zone, then open price action up. So we cannot see it mitigated a zone. It has come down to this lows where I believe it has induced sellers, and we are heading for the liquidity at this point. So right after this liquidity is taken, I'll be looking for shorts to the lows or my targets. So that's it for gold. On Euro USD, Euro USD starting off with the weekly time frame. What we can see is that price has mitigated the zone and you've seen a sell-off, taking out this low, respecting this point to the left or our target. We have trapped some buyers to the highs, and we've trapped some sellers, and we are heading back down after trapping those sellers, inducing buyers. So we can now head down. So on the daily time frame, what we can see is that price mitigated the zone we induced and we sold off. And right now we are trading within this side. We are trading around the side. So what we would like to see is a continuation back to a continuation, a continuation to our target. So when we head on to the 4 hour, what we can see happen is that we have been buying ever since we took out this low, and I believe that we are now in price action we now have the price action to what short Euro USD and also GBP USD. But I'll be talking about that in a minute. So I believe it's now time to short. As you can see, I said what we have induced buyers, and I'm looking for the short currently. What I'm looking for right now is an inducement of buyers. Then I look for the shorts to this target. Maybe do it we could do it incrementally, like we could short to either this low once the market provides another opportunity. Um, when the market provides another opportunity, then we can short again. So that's the plan for Euro USD. On GBP USD, starting off with the weekly time frame, what we can see is that price has taken out these lows, cause the breakout structure, mitigate this liquidity to the left, and we are seeing the sell-off. We've also respected the zone, trapped some sellers, induced buyers, and we want to see what a continuation to the down. For GBP, I've been looking for longs on GBP for quite a while now, but I believe that we now have the price action to short it back to the lows. So on the daily time frame, you can see that we mitigated the zone, trap some buyers, trap some sellers, induced buyers. We have mitigated the low again, building what more liquidity and trapping what more people that are selling. So at the moment, we are in this zone, and we are in this zone, and we are looking forward an inducement, trapping sellers, inducing buyers, building the liquidity over here. then we have our short move back to the lows. And for GBP and Euro USD, like I said, we can take the shots incrementally, um, one to this low, and we look for another move, then we could short back to the lows. So that's it for GBP USD. And I think our next pair is AUD USD. AUD USD on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that we are respecting the highs to the left, and we have seen this sell-off just like all the pairs with USD are behind it. We've seen a sell-off, and what we are going to see after that sell-off is the continuation to the highs, just like on GBP USD. You can see this sell-off. So after we take out more, we see a continuation to the highs. So on AUD USD, same thing that's happening. We've seen the sell-off, taking out some buyers, and at the moment on the daily time frame, what we can see is that we have mitigated a zone to the left. We have trapped some sellers, caused a break of structure. For AUD USD, it's more on the riskier side for me. Even though I want to short GBP USD and Euro USD, I would back off from AUD USD because price action is not clean. But it's just the same for AUD USD. At the moment, you can see that we are inducing sellers, and we could see the short move back to the lows, or maybe for AUD USD, I believe we should short to just this low and see what happens. But the whole idea following the higher time frame, we should look for short to the lows. I believe AUD USD could do this, trap more sellers, then we see enough liquidity to short back to the lows. So on USD card at the moment, we are just waiting. USD card, we can see we had this mitigation with the zone. We've seen price what go up, cause this break of structure, came down, built liquidity at these lows, and we've seen what another break of structure. So from there, we were looking for what shorts back to the lows, but at the moment we are at price highest point, and we have to wait. We have to wait for USD card to bring the move to us. We shouldn't rush into the move. But speaking of what could happen today, I don't really think there will be any important move on USD card because I believe it has already happened. Price will stop out this high. Maybe we might have a move after this high stopped out. As you can see, we have this zone to our right. We could have a sell-off from here back to the lows. But USD card is not one of those pairs I would like to be trading at the moment. And our next pair, which is UJ. UJ heading the time frame, what we can see is that price has to reach this highs or our targets. You can see we have it at this low. Price has to reach this target. We have it at this low. On the daily time frame, we can see that we mitigated this on trap people. Buyers, we've taken their lows, caused a break of structure, and ever since we have been what heading to the highs, which would later on lead us to our targets. But for the 4 hour time frame, what we can see is that we've had this huge dump, and we can see that from yesterday's daily market series, we saw that we looked forward longs back to the highs, and I was able to capitalize on a move somewhere around here. Um, I was able to Capital dollar is going to move somewhere around here. Uh, I entered the trade somewhere around here with my stops at this low, and I was targeting the liquidity we built at this high. Unfortunately, I couldn't make the trade, but the idea and everything was right. So back to the 4 hours, so we can continue with what we are saying. At the moment, I can see that we have engineered some liquidity to the lows, but we are heading to the upside because our direction says otherwise. After trapping these people, we have induced coming we have induced sellers and we would like to see price head to the highs. I believe that we could short taking out this engineered liquidity and also this low, but at the moment, what I can see is that we are heading to the highs, but we have to be patient. Price can take out this high, and after we starve out this high, we could see a short move back to the lows. So that's it for the daily market outlook. Have a great day and be safe.